Okay. Yep. So even degree versus an odd degree. Okay. Polynomial functions with even degree, that means that the highest power is even, right? They will always have either a global absolute or global maximum or a global minimum. Does that make sense? They will always have that. Okay. However, odds will never have that. Why will odds never have that? Because they do opposite behaviors, right? Odd is opposite behavior. Even is even behavior. Okay. So here we have the graphs of two functions. This one is a fourth degree quartic polynomial, if you want to be specific, but it's a fourth degree polynomial, right? And this is a quadratic or a second degree polynomial. When I am describing their behaviors, their end behaviors, I'm acknowledging the fact that their end behaviors are the same. And why are they the same? Because of this little number, right? Because they're even. Okay. When we're describing the end behavior, we're saying what's happening to your x's. So as x goes to negative infinity, my y is going to positive infinity. Does that make sense? On this side, as x goes to positive infinity, the y is also going to positive infinity. Yes? Because their behaviors are doing the same thing from the left to the right. Okay? I'm going to tell you where your values are to help you so you don't have to graph because we don't have time for that. So when we're looking for this value and this value, in the calculator, remember you're pressing second trace and either minimum or max, right? So when we're identifying those, once we identify those values, that's where we write them in. So this one was -1 and 623 thousandths. Okay. Then our next one was at, what did I write down? 2. I just wrote down the y. Yeah, you only need the y. And then I wrote down, what was my max one? Yes. Oh, 2. And that's the y value there. This is the y. I'm only writing the y's. And then this one's obviously, I mean, if you need me to write it, I'll write it 0.
That's alignment.
If you need me to write it. If you need me to write it, you know, I'll write it for you. Okay, so now I've labeled everything. Looking at what we have, we would classify everything as either relative or maximum, I mean, relative or absolute. Okay, so let's mark what they are. So this minimum, what is it? It's an absolute. Why is it an absolute? It's the absolute lowest. Agreed? So our absolute lowest value is, there we go.
Is that what we should write in the box?
Yes. So our absolute min is -1.623. Do we have an absolute max? No, we do not, but we do have relative, and our relative min value is, no, sorry, relative min is 0. Our relative max is 2 and 0.08. Okay, when you graph, this is at 4 on the y-axis. What is that for us? Is it a absolute or relative?
Absolute.
It's absolute what? Max. An absolute max value of 4. Do I have any type of min? No, and why do I not? It goes forever down. Huh? Your relative, if it's an absolute, it automatically was a relative. Okay. Yes. If you want.